I want you to stop everything for a second and ask yourself what it is that you truly believe. Reach into the darkest forlorn crevices of your consciousness and ask yourself, who am I? If you looked into the abyss of your own being, you'd find Dead or Alive Extreme 3, brought to you by PlayAsia. Available this March on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Despite a decade of ongoing demonization, Dead or Alive Extreme 3 is coming to America.
Oh boy, look at all that misogyny. Better write an incendiary editorial telling everyone how fucking moral I am.
Check out Dead or Alive or whatever bullshit you happen to be into at PlayAsia. Link in the description.
So let's be clear about something before we even begin. I, in all honesty, don't consider my channel to be some sort of out-and-out anti-feminist channel. I obviously don't avoid the topic, but I just don't want to be yet another atheist on YouTube railing against the religious. But then you have days like yesterday, which was International Women's Day, where all I see is absurd, asinine, and incendiary shit. And I mean just all day long. A guy by the name of Bobby from Sydney, Australia,
G'day mate, what do you know?
contacted me on Facebook and sent me yet another propaganda video telling parents to mindfuck their little girls. And by the way, I'll just interject here, and this is me going off script for a moment. I've actually done a video on this same subject before, where I'm starting to believe that this is honestly kind of a common thread, that this is sort of a thing where companies are creating these propagandistic videos to somehow inspire girls to do whatever, but you know, this is simply trying to pressure girls into leadership positions that they don't necessarily want to be in. That's why I use the phrase propaganda to describe them, because everything about them is not about choice. It's not about Western women having the choice to do what they want. It's about women needing to be in these positions of so-called power, whatever they happen to be. So the video is called Pocket Money, and it relates to the wage gap, which already is a phantom issue that I just don't want to discuss. But apparently ANZ Australia wants to dredge up this issue for International Women's Day. Now, my initial assumption was that ANZ was another no-name fucking feminist organization, but
Blimey galahs.
can we just pause and consider this for a second? A fucking billion-dollar multinational bank with nearly $1 trillion in fucking assets is pushing the wage gap myth. Doesn't this strike anyone as suspicious? If Bank of America was posting YouTube videos promoting fucking Nietzsche, it should be concerning for anyone that likes Nietzsche. So when ANZ is promoting feminist bullshit, does anyone sitting in the Tumblr pews even question what exactly is going on here? I mean, honestly, the whole notion of modern feminism involves conspiracy theories about the patriarchy. Feminists, a fucking billion-dollar multinational bank, is backing your dogma. In what way are Western women oppressed when you have multinational corporations advocating your bullshit for you? But whatever, let's just watch the video.
If I was Prime Minister, I would make it illegal.
Oh my god, already this is scary. No one is going to tell this little girl about the legislative process? We're all just going to pretend that the executive branch creates laws?
Why does he get $5?
Because he has to go get a less faggy haircut.
Golden gay time or golden straight time? Let's talk.
I know, not the point. So, yeah, alrighty. Every employer is compelled by law in Australia to pay workers equal wages. The problem here is money earned, not money owed. If Sam works 40 hours and I work 30 hours, obviously Sam is going to earn more than me. That's the immediate problem with the so-called wage gap. Not to mention what job Sam has, which may be a higher paying, more demanding, overall harder job than my own. Physicists of equal experience make the same amount of money regardless of gender by law. Sanitation workers make the same hourly wages by law and by union contract. Physicists make more annually than garbage men. It doesn't mean that waste removal isn't a critical civil process and a necessary public good. Waste removal is a utility that every nation has and every society needs. Just because physicists make more money, it doesn't take anything away from sanitation workers. However, in order to be a physicist, you need extensive education and just the mental capacity to understand complex equations. I don't have that intellectual capacity. You listening to this commentary, you likely don't either. And I guarantee you that whoever wrote this shitty propaganda video, they have the capacity of a fucking cinder block.
That's just the way it is.
$7.
Does that sound fair to you? What? The fucking straw man you just created? No, that straw man doesn't seem fair to those of us that appreciate an honest argument.
It should be flat out illegal.
It already is illegal.
Like, I'm not joking. I'm not being unreasonable.
Women and men should have the same money. They should have 50-50. 60-60 if you want to do 120.
It should just be how hard you work.
If you do the same work, you should get paid the same money.
What we're trying to tell you is that it's not fair that boys get paid more than girls.
Rigid didgeridoo.
Jesus Christ. Do I have to start yelling? Because we're getting to that point. It's already fucking illegal.
Maybe if the men noticed they were being paid more than the women, they should speak up about it.
That's what I'm doing. Except the facts are on the side of those saying what you're talking about is bullshit.
When I am older, I'm going to make a change. If I don't forget.
You're already an actor, making empty promises, so yeah, you may be on the way to elected office.
Ugh, I have no words, it's so wrong.
Well, that was vapid shit. So I went to the page linked in the video, and apparently this has been an ongoing campaign by ANZ for the past few years. Before I just end this commentary, let's take a look at another one of these videos.
Girls' brains develop faster than boys. They speak before boys do.
I rose and found
They read before boys do.
every buttercup, but my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleeping head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed.
Globally, less than 25% of senior management roles are held by women.
Total fucking non sequitur. I mean, granted, we haven't yet reached the conclusion of this argument, right? But the scaffolding of a full-blown non sequitur is there. If girls have all of these natural advantages, why aren't they landing these positions? And by the way, ANZ, what the fuck is the makeup of your board of directors, huh? Well, what a fucking surprise. White as fuck geriatrics with the exception of some dude with a stupid fucking name.
Women represent 40% of the world's labor force, but control only a quarter of the world's wealth.
31 million girls worldwide are still denied a primary education.
I wonder what countries don't give girls a primary education. If I had to guess, I'd say that it's likely a misogynist hellhole, like Japan. I mean, after all, the UN Human Rights Division is already after their government to stop producing horrifically objectifying video games. So, by that logic, they're also likely to be oppressing their women with something, say, like oh shit, actually, I shouldn't mention that last part. Let's just continue on and just accept the bald-faced fact that is Japanese men being the truest form of sexist.
Globally, Women make up less than 20% of government.
How much can a koala bear?
Okay, and? I mean, really, how do we remedy that? How do we solve inequality in elected office? Should we elect a feminist junta to place women in positions of power? Seriously, you want more women in elected office? Start a campaign then. Start sucking the cock of ANZ for donor money. Either way, you lose because you're either out of power or a corporate whore.
Women earn up to 36% less than men.
Keyword being earn, not paid. It earned less than men. And I'd like a citation on that shit-sounding statistic, by the way.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh my god. What am I watching? You just know when this girl is 20-something and looking back on her career as a child actress, she is going to fucking cringe at her involvement in this horseshit propaganda video. Oh my god. It just keeps going. What is this? I mean, like, did they think this was supposed to be cute or intimidating or something? Like, I mean, it was just awkward as fuck. And non sequitur completed. It's the fucking system, man. You know, give me a break. I can't speak for Australia, but when it comes to changing the system, I don't want feminists or the fascists at this bank to alter how we elect our representatives. That system is fucked already, and we don't need gender quotas on top of that. That isn't going to fix anything. And how about money in politics? ANZ, should we be publicly financing elections? That'll make elections a bit less male-dominated, don't you think? I'm sorry, what, ANZ? Can I get a quote from you regarding publicly financed elections? Oh, no? No answer there? Just change the system in another way? Well, how about equal distribution of wealth? How about communal banks rather than massive multinational corporations? Should we change the system in those ways? No? Just more women in the tech sector? More women in the finance sector? You have something like 50-odd thousand employees, ANZ. How many are women? How large is your quota? Your board of directors looks like the laundry room of a fucking hotel. So you tell me, what are you cunts doing to change the system? Nothing. Jack shit. Nothing more than pandering to fucking ideologues in order to take the spotlight off of you. You, the multinational billion-dollar bank that's likely stuffing the coffers of political campaigns and laundering money for criminals. And again, I don't know, but if it's good enough for HSBC, it might be good enough for you. Let's see what happens should Bernie Sanders become president. Let's see what you cunts think about systemic change then, huh? Because I think you fuckers fear change. I think the last thing you want is for the system to change in any way. You may pander to economic change, but you are the economic establishment. Every pittance of change is established power slipping through your fingers. So that's just where we're going to end this video. Because, in all honesty, I do think that the correct term regarding these videos is propaganda. Because I don't actually think they intend for any change to happen. Which is why they're pandering to feminists. Because feminists don't actually want the system to change. They don't actually want economic change. This is all just nonsense dogmatism.